नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिने इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी आशतदेशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Giridhari, Radha Giridhari Radhe. Jaya Radha Giridhari, Radha Giridhari Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radha Rasa Bihari, Radha Rasa Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Rasa Bihari, Radha Rasa Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari, Radha Kunja Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari, Radha Kunja Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Bake Bihari, Radha Bake Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Bake Bihari, Radha Bake Bihari Radhe. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। बोला हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन, यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी, यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन, यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी, यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन, यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी, यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Unashtaki. Welcome everyone in Bhagavad Gita class. So last time we have discussed till 14th verse from chapter 10. So today we'll start from 15th. So we'll recite the verses with translation and then we'll start discussion followed by Mangalacharam. 10.14 Sarvam etadaritam manne yanamam vadasi keshava nahi te bhagavan vyaktim vidur deva nadanavaha. O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. 10.15 Swayam evatman atmanam Vethatam Purushottama Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jagatpate. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own internal potency. O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe. 10.16 Vaktum arhasi asheshena Divya hi atma vibhutayah Yabhira vibhutir lokan Imam satvam vyapyatisthasi. Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds. 10.17 Katham vidyam aham yogim Tvam sada parichintayan Kesu kesu cha bhavesu Chintayosi bhagavan maya. O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? And how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead? 10.18 Vistarinatmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuyah kathayah triptirhi srinavato nasti me mritam. O Janardan, again please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulence. I am never satiated in hearing about you. For the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words. 10.19 Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Hantate kathayishyami divya hi atma vibhutayah pradhanyatah yukuru shrestha nasti anto vistarasya me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent. O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless. 10.20 Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhutasaya Sthitah Aham Adischa Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Anta Eva Cha. I am the Super Soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. 10.21 Adityanam aham Vishnu Jyotisam charavir anshuman Marichir marutamasmi Nachatranam aham shashi. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon. 10.22 Vedanam samvedosmi Devanam asmi vasavah Indriyanam manasaschasmi Bhutanam asmi chetana. Of the Vedas, I am Samved. Of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of heaven, of the senses, and my mind, and in living beings, I am the living force consciousness. 10.23 Rudranam Sankarashasmi Vitteso Yakshar Akshasam Vasunam Pavakashasmi Meruhasikarinamaham. Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas, I am Rakshasas. I am the Lord of wealth, Kuvera. Of the Vasus, I am fire, Agni. And of mountains, I am Meru. 10.24 Purodhasam cha mukhyam mam Viddhi partha brihaspatim Senaninam aham skandah Sarasam asmi sagarah. O priest, O Arjuna, know me to be the chief Brihaspati. Of generals, I am Kartikeya, and of bodies of water, I am the ocean. 10.25 Mahasi nama bhrigur aham Giram asmi ekam aksharam Yajnanam japa yogyasmi Stharavaranam himalayah. Of the great sages, I am Bhrigu. Of vibrations, I am the transcendental Om. Of sacrifices, I am chanting the holy names, Japa, and of immovable things, I am the Himalayas. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parjana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Om Ajnanatimira Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण। Welcome again, once again, Bhagavad Gita class. So we are in chapter 10, 14 sloka we have seen. So we'll start from 15 sloka. We'll revise what we have seen in sloka number 15. So sloka number 14 talks about Sarvam etad ritam manne. Sarvam सर्वं एतदृतं मन्ये यन्माम वदसि केशव न हि ते भगवन् व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवा न दानवा. O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. So Arjuna is telling his experience that whatever he has seen, whatever he has felt after receiving the instruction from Lord Krishna. So Arjuna is saying that now Arjuna has accepted Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is Supreme Truth. Krishna is Absolute Truth. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is Supreme Controller. Krishna is Supreme Proprietor. Krishna purges all the opulences. Krishna purges all the 6 opulences. So, in sloka number 14, we have seen that Arjuna has accepted Krishna everything. Krishna is the origin of everyone. Every living entities, every demons, every demigods, everyone. Creatures, non-creatures, everything. So now, Arjuna is telling his experience that if at all you are interested to understand about Krishna, you can only understand Krishna by disciplic succession. So either you can understand as Arjuna has understood, or you can understand Krishna by the disciplic succession. Means those who have already understood Krishna. And how one can understand Krishna? By the disciplic succession. Parampara system. So, since original disciplic succession was lost, now Krishna chose Arjuna to give Bhagavad Gita. Now Krishna wants to establish Bhagavad Gita once again in this material world. How he can do that? Now he had to choose Arjuna. Why Arjuna? Because Arjuna was devotee as well as friend of Krishna. So, if at all you want to understand Krishna, you can read Bhagavad Gita. You can understand Bhagavad Gita from the disciplic succession, as Arjuna has done. So, you have to walk in the footsteps of Arjuna. And you have to understand that Bhagavad Gita is Krishna only. Bhagavad Gita is given by Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is sung by Krishna. And Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Vedas and Puranas. And the essence of Bhagavad Gita is Krishna. So, if at all you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavad Gita, understand it from the proper disciplic parampara system. You can go to temple, you can hear Katha, Krishna Katha, you can read Bhagavad Gita, you can purchase Bhagavad Gita, you can discuss with devotees. Okay, and who cannot understand Krishna? Those who are not following the disciplic succession. Those who are demons or belong from demonic nature. And even demigods and demons could not understand Krishna. Okay, so for that you need Krishna's mercy. So Krishna, when you are in devotional service, when you are following devotional service, Krishna sends his representative, or if required, Krishna comes himself and instruct Bhagavad Gita to whoever is looking for. Okay, so this verse establishes that faithless and demonic cannot understand Krishna. It is nearly impossible for them. Okay, so if at all you want to understand Krishna, you have to follow disciplic succession. That is the only way. And that is the way how Arjuna could understand Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because it was given directly from Krishna. And the importance of Bhagavad Gita, the structures of Bhagavad Gita was lost completely, as we have seen in the chapter number 4. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu sakalena mahata yogo nashta parantapa. So, the importance of Bhagavad Gita was completely lost, which was told by Krishna to sun god. Imam vivasate. So, initially, millions and billions of years ago, Krishna told Bhagavad Gita to sun god. That is mentioned in chapter number 4. So we have seen that. So we have already discussed that. Now, if at all Krishna wants to re-establish Bhagavad Gita in this material world, how he can do that? He has to choose some devotee, some friend. Arjuna was the fittest person for that. Arjuna was a suitable person. Why? Because Arjuna was devotee as well as friend. Krishna cannot re-establish Bhagavad Gita through anyone. So he had to choose Arjuna. Arjuna was the fittest person. Arjuna was the best person to re-establish Bhagavad Gita. So our Krishna re-established Bhagavad Gita through Arjuna. Okay. So that is we have seen in the sloka number 14. Now we'll see sloka number 15. Swayam evatman atmanam vethatvam purushottama bhuta bhavana bhutesa deva deva jagatpate. So, swayam evatman atmanam vethatvam purushottama. So, Krishna is Purushottam. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own internal potential. O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe. So Arjuna is praising the Lord. Oh Lord Krishna, no one can understand you. Who can understand you? Only by you. Only you can understand yourself by your internal potential. So if at all one wants to understand Krishna, he can understand only by the mercy of Krishna. Ignorant person not at all can understand Krishna. Okay, so Krishna, Arjuna is saying, Arjuna's realization about Krishna is that only the Lord can fully know himself by his own internal potential. This is the experience, this is the realization of Arjuna. And Arjuna is saying that you are Purushottam. You are not ordinary person. Purushottam means Uttam in Purusha. Means you are the first Purush. You are Purush of Purush, Purushottam. You are the first Purush. Bhagwan is the last stage of understanding the absolute truth. That is rightly mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, 11th verse. Common man or even a liberated man who has realized impersonal feature of Paramatma, feature, but may not understand God's personality. The one who has just started. That is, there are three stages of Bhagwan, Paramatma. Okay, so there are three stages. So those who are impersonalist, they can understand impersonalist feature of Krishna, but they may not understand Paramatma. What is Paramatma? Like we watch, we can see sun every day. We can see sunlight. We can see sun disk, but we may not realize the actual sun. Okay, so similarly, we can see the effulgence of Krishna. Impersonalists can see the effulgence of Krishna, but they may not be able to realize who is Paramatma. Okay, so that is but that is the initial stage. If you can understand impersonal feature of Krishna, it is the initial stage. You can really proceed ahead by the devotional service, and one day you will be able to understand Paramatma. But it is required you have to be stick with the devotional service. Bhoot Bhavan. Bhoot Bhavan means what? Krishna is the father of all the living entities. That's why Krishna is addressed as Bhoot Bhavan. Why? Because he is the father of living entities. Brahma is the secondary creature, but primary creature is Krishna. Krishna has created Brahma, and Brahma has created this material universe. Brahma was given this responsibility to create this material world. Then Krishna is also known as Bhutesh. Bhutesh means what? He is the Ish of every living entity. He is the Bhagwan. He is the creator of every living entity. He is the controller of every living entity. Deva. It means what? He is God of demigods. He is God of gods. He is God of demigods. He is Lord of lords. Okay, so he is the supreme person, supreme Lord, Purushottama, Bhoot Bhavan, Bhutesh. He is the original and worshipable God of all the demigods. So demigods also worship. To whom they worship? They worship Krishna. Why? Because Krishna is Purushottam. Krishna is Bhoot Bhavan. Krishna is Bhutesh. Krishna is Deva. Krishna is Jagatpati. Supreme proprietor of everything. Krishna is supreme proprietor of everything. He is proprietor of everything. You may have some property. You are proprietor of some property, some wealth, but Krishna is the proprietor of everything. Whatever living individual have in this material world, but Krishna has everything. Why? Because it is created by Krishna and it belongs to Krishna. Krishna has created this material world originally. Primarily, Krishna has created. Okay, and Krishna, and if you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, it should be understood by Krishna himself, as Arjuna understood it. Now, how you can understand? We have Bhagavad Gita in front of us, so it is Krishna only. So Krishna is there in front of us. Now, if at all you want to understand this Bhagavad Gita, understand it through some person, devotees, those who belong to disciplic succession, parampara system. Receive Bhagavad Gita only from Krishna or any person who is in devotional relationship with him. Example, Arjuna and his followers. So we are all followers of Arjuna. All the devotees are followers of Arjuna. Why? Because Arjuna got this instruction from Krishna for us, for ordinary people. Otherwise, Arjuna was a devotee. Arjuna was already knowing Bhagavad Gita. He was in trance. He was already sadhu Purush. He was Rajarshi. He was a Raja. He was a Raja as well as Rishi. So the king, those who are following the devotional service, they are all actually known as Rajarshi. Avoid commentary by mental speculators. There are so many mundane commentaries are available on Bhagavad Gita, but avoid it. It may spoil your concept. It may spoil the entire devotional service initiated by you. Okay, so the person, those who are of demonic nature, atheistic mentality, they cannot explain Bhagavad Gita. Okay, and if you at all understand from them, it is a sin. So don't try to incur this kind of sin. Okay, that is the part of this particular sloka. Arjuna requests to hear more about Krishna's glories. Why? Because Arjuna knows only Krishna can tell about him. No one else can tell about Krishna. By the mercy of Krishna, someone can try. But only Krishna knows about him. Even demigods cannot understand Krishna. So now Arjuna is a realized person. Arjuna is a realized soul. So Arjuna here is a representative of individual soul. So Arjuna is a liberated person. Why? Because he is a realized soul now. So now those who know Krishna wants to know more about him. In upcoming slokas, we'll see that Krishna cannot be known fully by any one person. Not a single personality. Even Arjuna is not knowing about Krishna. That's why Arjuna wants to know about Krishna. Oh Krishna, please tell me about yourself. Krishna is again saying that Krishna, I am limitless. So I cannot tell you everything, but those which are prominent, I will explain. I can show you, I can tell you, I can instruct you. So Krishna is taking this responsibility as a supreme controller, that Arjuna, as a devotee and friend, wants to know about me. So it is my duty to tell Arjuna that I am limitless. I am in many forms. So at one place, it is not possible to understand. Okay, so that is the thing. So we'll see sloka number 16 now. Vaktum arhasi asesena divya hi atma vibhutaya yabhira vibhutir bhir lokan imam satvam vyapya tisthasi. Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds. O Supreme Lord, how you pervade? So Krishna said that I am the original creator of this material world as well as spiritual world. What is left now? So there are only two words, spiritual world, material world. It covers complete universe, complete galaxy, complete planet. So either it is part of material world or it is part of spiritual world. So spiritual world is nothing but Golok, Vrindavan, Dham. That is our objective, to go Lok, Vrindavan, Dham. Back to Godhead. Okay, so Arjuna requests to hear more about Krishna. Only Krishna fully knows himself by his own internal potency. Okay, therefore Arjuna requests to hear more about Krishna directly from Krishna. Because Arjuna knows even demigods don't know about Krishna. So no need to ask, no benefit to asking from them. So Krishna, Arjuna is saying that, oh Krishna, only you can tell about you by your internal potency. So Arjuna requests to hear in detail about his divine opulences by which he pervades all these worlds. So Krishna is pervaded everywhere, across spiritual world as well as in material world. So, what is the platform of Arjuna's understanding? Then, what is the cause of Arjuna's inquiry? He is already satisfied with his understanding as Krishna is Supreme Lord. He has accepted already in the previous slokas we have seen. He has accepted Krishna as the Supreme Truth, Krishna as the Absolute Truth, Krishna as the Supreme Controller, Krishna as Supreme Proprietor. And this entire material world and spiritual world pervade because of Krishna. By Krishna's grace, Arjuna has personal experience, intelligence, and knowledge for complete understanding. So it is the Krishna's grace, Krishna's mercy that Arjuna know that Krishna is limitless. Krishna is unlimited. Krishna is not limited. Krishna is unlimited. Krishna has many forms. Krishna has many opulences. Krishna possesses all the opulences. Krishna is Supreme Proprietor. This is known by Krishna, Arjuna. And Krishna and Arjuna knows it because of mercy of Krishna only. So what is the cause of Arjuna's inquiry? Why Arjuna is asking from Krishna, oh Krishna, please tell me about yourself. If he is already knowing, then what is the meaning asking again? If Arjuna is already knowing that Krishna is limitless. Okay, so Arjuna is asking on behalf of the common people. Arjuna has asked this question for us. We are ordinary people. We don't know who Krishna is. So Arjuna is asking for us. This question is for us. And it is the only cause that we have Bhagavad Gita in front of us. We can read, we can hear, and we can realize in this material world. Okay, so people in general and impersonalists in particular concern themselves mainly with the all-pervading nature of the Supreme. Okay, so Arjuna has compassion for us, for ordinary people, those who are living in this material world. Okay? So that's why Arjuna asked this question to Krishna. Oh Krishna, please tell me about yourself more. Okay? We'll see in sloka number 17. Katham vidyam aham yogims tvam sada parichintayan kesu kesu cha bhaveshu chintayosi bhagavan maya. O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? And how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered? O Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Arjuna's question, oh Krishna, I know that you are unlimited, but how can I think about you? How can I remember you? How can I chant you? So I want to remember you every time, every moment. I don't want to miss any chance. I don't want to take any chance. So how shall I constantly think of you? How shall I know in what various forms are you to be remembered? So if you remember about Krishna, if you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, why? What is the advantage? Hearing increases remembrance. If you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra continuously, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, 24 hours. Don't sit idle. Whatever activity you are doing, while doing your activity, remember Krishna. Keep chanting on the name of Krishna, the name of Lord. So hearing increases remembrance. So Shravanam and Kirtanam, these are the two instruments which can help you to remember Krishna always. So hearing increases remembrance. Always think of Krishna. So if you hear the Shadashwar, hear about Shadashwarya, 6 opulences of Krishna, you can remember about Krishna, you can remember Krishna, and you can think about Krishna. Okay, so if you remember, then only you can think. If you hear, then only you can remember. If you remember, then only you can think. Okay, so here Krishna is known as Yogin. Sri Krishna is the master of Yog Maya, energy by which he is covered and uncovered to the common man. So it is the Krishna's will whether he wants to be covered or uncovered for devotees. If devotee is so powerful, but he cannot be more powerful than Krishna. So Krishna is the greatest. So no urdhvasam, no one is above or equal to Krishna. So Krishna is the controller of Yogmaya. Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu. Since common man has no love for Krishna, has to think about him through material nature, physical representation. Keshu keshu cha bhav. How shall you remember? How shall one can remember about Krishna? So there should be some physical representation. Oh Krishna, without physical representation, we cannot remember you. So please tell me, how can I remember you? So Arjuna's nature as a Vaishnava, asking question for common man's benefit. See, Arjuna's compassion is for us, not for himself. His entire drama is for common man's benefit. Why? Because he is already in trance. He is already a sadhu. He is a rajarshi. He is a rajarishi. So he is not in any more sanshay, doubt. He is in sanshay for us. He has doubt for us. Because ordinary people can have doubt. They have doubt. They are already in ignorance. If you don't know about Krishna, it means you are in ignorance. So it is a great opportunity for a common man to understand all pervasiveness of Supreme Lord. So Krishna is pervaded everywhere. Entire spiritual world, material world belongs to him. And Arjuna knows, if at all you want to understand Krishna, you can understand by the mercy of Krishna. And only Krishna can know himself by his own internal potency. So it is a bit complicated. That's why Arjuna is requesting Krishna, how can I remember you? So if you please tell me about your glorification. So if you glorify someone, you can remember better. Sloka number 18, we'll see. So Krishna further asking, Arjuna further asking, Vistarenatmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuyah kathayah triptirhi srinavato nasti me mritam. O Janardan, again please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satiated in hearing about you. For the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words. So Arjuna wants to taste everything about Krishna. So Arjuna is saying, if I hear about you, that is nectar for me. That is Amrit for me. And Amrit, if you taste once, you wish to taste again. If you taste again and again and again, you wish to have more and more times to taste it. So Arjuna requests to hear more about Krishna's glories. That is why, because this glory is nectar. And what is the advantage of hearing about Krishna? One is never satiated by hearing about Krishna. In mundane world, if I tell you history, story, any particular material story, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, you will get bored. But if you hear about Krishna, more and more and more, you will never get bored. That's why devotees are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 24 hours a day. They are not getting bored. They are more enjoying it. So when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna is dancing on your tongue. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in this way you have to chant Hare Krishna Muhammad. It is rightly mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, 19th verse. Same question Saunak Rishi asked to Sut Goswami. Oh Rishi, oh Maharaj, please tell me about Krishna. They are already hearing about Krishna and they are asking same question. Oh Maharaj, oh Rishi, oh Muni, tell me more about Krishna. So already Sut Goswami is glorifying Krishna and they are asking same question, glorify more. So this is the effect of Krishna Katha. This is the effect of hearing Krishna Katha, hearing Krishna Leela. Thus, by remembering Krishna, one can relish great nectar. Okay, if a nectar is given to you, no one will deny. So nectar is such a thing you wish to have more. You want to taste more. Okay, so every time you will be testing. It is not like that you are getting bored after some time. So it is like testing continuously. So any statement concerning Krishna is nectar, Amrit. So hearing about Krishna is Amrit, nectar. Telling about Krishna is nectar. So you tell, go on telling. You'll never get bored. You hear. Go on hearing, you'll never get bored. Sravanam Kirtanam Vishno Smaranam. So if you want to remember Krishna, hear and chant. Name of Krishna. So nectar can be perceived by practical experience. If you are hearing something and you are not experiencing, you are losing the nectar. You will never understand, not even a material story. Forget about Krishna's story. So you have to absorb yourself. Example of ever fresh literatures. Puranas are the histories of the pastimes of Lord. Vedas, Puranas are the histories about Krishna. You read it multiple times, you will never get bored. You read and hear material story, you will get 101% bored. Such topics are ever fresh, unlike modern histories and stories. That's why you read Bhagavad Gita, you read Bhagavatam, you hear Bhagavad Gita, you Bhagavatam, you will never get bored. Every time it will be fresh. You will be experience of fresh, new example, new way to understand. Okay, that's why it is known as Amritam, nectar. So Bhagavad Gita is Amrit, nectar. Bhagavatam is Amrit, nectar. So why Arjuna wanted to hear more about all pervading opulences of Krishna? That is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 16 to 18th verse, chapter 10. So verse number 16 talks about already satisfied with Arjuna's understanding of Krishna and has no doubt about Krishna's position. So verse number 16 tells Arjuna has no doubt about Krishna. Why? Because he already knows that Krishna is unlimited. Krishna has many forms. Krishna possesses all six opulences. Nothing remains to us. If you worship Krishna, Krishna shares his opulences with you. So Krishna is so kind. He is so merciful that he shares whatever he has. So Krishna wants his devotees should become like him. If in material world, if you find a friend and you want to if he is a good friend, he will always wish to have good thing for you. always, if he is a good friend, in bracket. Okay, so similarly, if you worship Krishna, if you perform devotional service, Krishna will make you, nourish you like him. So Krishna is a friend. Krishna is the best friend. No one can become like Krishna. No one can become above like Krishna. No one can go, forget about going beyond. Okay, so 10.16 tells that on behalf of common people and especially impersonalists who in particular concern themselves with the all-pervading nature of the Supreme. So this question was raised by Arjuna for ourselves. So this was the Arjuna's reasons. The 10.17 tells, for sake of materialist, also want to know how a materialist who is absorbed in physical things can see Krishna manifested by physical representations. So Arjuna is asking, oh Krishna, give us some physical representation of you so that materialist people can understand, because materialist people can see and then they can understand. So in the form of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is present in front of us. So we can read it, we can hear it from disciplic parampara, from Guru, Sadhu and Sastra, and we can realize Krishna. And also 10.17 tells, for personal absorption, Arjuna wants to know, how shall I constantly think of you? Now it is not like that Arjuna is asking, one time I can remember you, two time I can remember. I want to remember always. Multiple times, always. Not even multiple times, always. And 10.18 tells about, to taste the nectar, wants to hear more and more about the taste of nectar of his words. So whatever Krishna says is a nectar, is Amrit. If it flows from Krishna's mouth through tongue, it is a nectar. Okay, so this was the reason why Arjuna asked from Krishna to tell his own opulences. Then 10.19 to 42 we'll see the Krishna's opulences. Okay, next time we'll see. If you have any question, you can ask. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, दाई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण।